Welcome to the world of TrendPod AI. Okay, let's dive in. Today, we're looking closely at Air India, specifically its massive transformation.
That's right. We're drawing from that exclusive chat Air India's CEO, Campbell Wilson, had on Times Now Digital's, frankly speaking.
Yes, the one from June 1st, 2025. And our goal here isn't just to skim the surface.
No, definitely not. We want to really unpack what's happening inside this 92-year-old airline. It's quite a story.
A huge legacy. 92 years is, what's a long time in aviation?
It really is. And the interview, it seemed, laid out some key areas they're focusing on for this reinvention.
Exactly. The source pointed to four main things: this ambitious transformation itself, then piloting the mega merger,
Right, the merger, and then crafting a whole new identity.
and finally looking at the road ahead, how they plan to sort of redefine Air India on the world stage.
Let's maybe start with the ambitious transformation. What does that actually mean? It sounds big.
It sounds like more than just, uniforms and planes.
Oh, absolutely. From what Wilson described, it's a root and branch overhaul. Think operations, service standards, the internal culture, tech upgrades.
The works.
Pretty much. And doing all that while keeping the airline running daily. That's the tricky part. He apparently mentions standardizing things across different, legacy parts of the business.
Right. Different ways of doing things coming.
Which flows right into that mega merger point, bringing Air India together with other Tata airlines like Vistara.
Yeah, that's not simple.
Yeah.
What did Wilson say about managing that specifically? It's a beast of a project, surely.
A beast is a good word for it. It's fleets, right? Different kinds of planes needing different maintenance.
Okay.
Then you've got the people, thousands of staff, different unions, pay scales, work cultures, harmonizing all that.
Wow. And the IT systems. I bet they don't just barely cut.
Ha! Definitely not. He reportedly framed it as a complex, multi-year integration touching every single part of the airline.
So communication must be absolutely vital.
Critical. Managing the human side of that change alongside the nuts and bolts.
Okay, so huge operational shifts, complex merger, and then there's the new identity. Air India's brand is iconic, but maybe a bit dated for some.
That's the balancing act, isn't it? Wilson apparently spoke about respecting the history, that emotional tie people have.
Sure, the Maharaj and all that.
Exactly. But also needing to project something modern, reliable, premium even.
So it's about the experience changing, not just the logo.
Precisely. He mentioned things like punctuality, better service, competing with the top global players on the actual passenger journey.
Trying to shake up maybe some older perceptions.
I think so. While keeping that core Indian hospitality. But the challenge, as he apparently noted, is making sure the internal reality matches the shiny new brand.
Makes sense. The inside has to change for the outside to be believable. Which leads us to that last bit. Redefining Air India globally. Competing with the big international airlines. What's the plan there?
Well, it seems the strategy is about leveraging India's position. Geographically, it's well placed to be a hub.
Connecting Europe and Asia, for example.
Exactly. So building out the network more routes, both feeding internationally from within India and connecting major world cities directly.
The new planes are part of that.
A big part, it seems. Investing in modern, fuel-efficient aircraft to fly further and carry more people, plus strategic partnerships, alliances.
To extend their reach where they don't fly themselves.
Right. It signals a serious ambition to be a major global player again, not just the national airline.
Okay, so bringing this back to you, our listener, all this change at Air India, the merger, the new look, the global push, why does it matter?
Well, for anyone who travels, more competition is usually good news. It could mean, better fares eventually. Definitely pressure for better service across the board.
More flight options, maybe?
Potentially, yes, especially if their network expansion plans work out. And even if you don't fly Air India, a shakeup like this impacts the whole aviation scene. It influences competitors, airports, even aircraft orders from Boeing and Airbus. It's a big ripple effect in major global industry. It's a fascinating turnaround attempt to watch.
A real high-stakes reinvention.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Which does make you think, with a 92-year history, all these merger complexities, and this push for rapid change.
Yes.
How challenging will it be to really shift that deep-rooted operational culture at the same speed they're changing the planes and the brand? That internal change versus the external push. How does that balance play out for their global success?
That's a really interesting point to ponder. That internal engine driving the shiny new exterior.
Something to keep an eye on for sure.
Definitely. Well, that's all we have time for in this deep dive. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for joining us.